Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. I'm Carolyn Perry. I'm an intuitive reader and a past life regression healer. Um, Kind of a hypnotherapist as well, like doing hypnotherapy healing as well, but mostly focused right now on doing intuitive readings and past life regression healing. So I'm going to do the reading for this week, just to kind of see what's the energy is going to be for this week, and a little energy update from the 8th to the 15th of July, 2024. What year are we in? My gosh, the years are just moving by so fast. It's already July. How is that happening? It's like time just is speeding up so much. It's amazing, amazing. But I do feel like one of the things I will say, even before I put the cards out, and I think I might have said this last week, it feels to me like with the summer solstice, there was just this huge influx of energy that day, and the amount of light that's coming in now, and the amount of light that is contained around the planet feels like it's a huge upgrade. So that felt like to me a tipping point moment where we're moving into there being much more light on the planet than there is these lower vibrational energies that have been kind of in control and holding us back for so long. I don't like to call it dark energy because I feel like that gives it a, kind of that good against evil kind of a thing. And I don't really believe in all that. I think that there's just certain energies that are working on a lower vibration, kind of coming from much more of a power place. And I think those energies have been in control for a long time, a lot of years, a lot of lifetimes we've been dealing with that. But I do think that with the summer solstice this time, there was an influx of energy that shifted us into a place where the tipping point has happened, and there's more light on the planet than there is this lower vibrational energy. There's more love on the planet. There's more individuals that are awake and awakening up. So I feel really celebrational about that. We are still obviously in the flux, and there's this back and forth, and there's this battle in a sense energetically for the loss of that power and moving towards the light. So there's still some chaos and confusion, and that is not just on the global level, that's on a personal level. So what we see on the outside is what's being mirrored for us on the inside. So where are those inner conflicts within us? Where are those pieces of us that are still holding on to that lower vibrational way of seeing things and processing things? And that's what's coming up to be healed, and it's coming up to be healed on the planet as well. So we are noticing and seeing that there's more and more of this awareness of these inequities, or areas of hate, actually, of just not of darkness where there's not love. And so that's coming out to be healed, to bring love to that, to bring healing to that. And so sometimes that can feel, I know, very, very overwhelming to see so much of that happening, and so many different places where there is this lack of love energy, lower vibrational energy happening. But I feel like the important thing for us is to hold that image of sending love, sending love, sending love to every situation, which is helping to raise that vibration and helping to transition that situation, whatever it is. So I think that's the process that we're in globally, and within this year, we're moving, much more into seeing those transitions happen, which may be challenging because of, obviously, as they come out and we are aware of them, they become more challenging to just look at, right? So my own guidance, and my guidance that I would offer for you, is that try not to look so much. It's like, take it in, know what's going on, be aware, step in when you feel you're guided to. But as much as you can, hold your light, hold your vibration, stay in your knowing of what's right for you, and start and see and create and do joyful things for yourself. So be in that love energy, be in love, um, experience the joy of connecting with your children, or spending a beautiful day with a friend, or just being in nature, really finding that vibrational energy that's of love. And that is going to shift everything just by you doing that. That's all you need to do. If you feel guided to do more, if you feel guided to get involved, absolutely do so. But the main thing is staying in that high vibration. So that is an overall message. Let's see what's going on for the week. I'm just going to pull a few cards here. I guess I will show you the cards that I get and that I pull for the week. But I want to remind you that my way of reading those cards might be a little bit different than the traditional tarot. I pop off of looking at the cards and I get a message from that. So it's not always the traditional message that you would think would be coming from looking at the particular cards. So I'll share the cards because I encourage you to see what your message is, see what you get from them, see what hits for you. So the first card that we have is the Temperance card. The next card is the Knight of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. The King of Cups. The 5 of Cups. I'm just going to pull a couple more. I like to know a little more sometimes. My kids are always saying, Mom, you can never just pull a few cards. I'm always wanting to get more information. So yeah, sometimes my readings are there's several cards in the readings. Okay. So the next cards that I pulled were the six of swords, sorry. 6 of swords. I do know the cards. The 9 of wands and the 3 of swords. Actually, I feel like I'm still not done. I feel like I need a couple more. Some people do clarifiers. I just tend to extend the reading a little more. The 9 of swords and the magician. Okay, that feels complete. So this week feels like it is a time to kind of assimilate in this higher vibrational energy. And I feel like you're going to notice that as you're, feeling this energy that's coming in, you're going to feel an activation with that you may even just start to notice or be aware of things or feel or sense things, or your intuitive knowing is heightened. But there's this activation within, and there's this need to really do self-care, really take care of self as you assimilate this energy. There's a movement toward, for those of you who are feeling pulled and guided, I feel like you're going to feel a movement toward your soul purpose, your soul direction this week. You're going to feel twinges or guidance or kind of pulls in a direction towards what it is that you are your next piece of work here. I feel like that a lot of us are feeling like, okay, we're getting our walking papers now, and we're moving into that next piece of work. What is it that we came here to do on a higher level? And I think that you're going to find that you're feeling pulled toward that. I also think that there's this like kind of back and forth here in the cards, that you may be looking in the world and feeling, oh, like this heaviness, this disappointment, this, kind of like disillusionment with what's happening. But what I feel like is, if you really look at what's going on for you, there's an abundance around you, abundance of ability to receive and to be full. And so I read this card. This is, to me, the wealth card. And this card is about finding your financial, resources and things that will flow in that way. And I think this is connected to whatever it is that you're guided to do as far as your life purpose work. But I also feel like, oh, I don't know why. My computer every once in a while does these weird things where like there's a thumb that went up. I was talking to a client earlier today and I had all these balloons pop up. So I'll take it as long as it's positive. I'll go with it. So the computer is agreeing that there is an abundance around you right now, for you to receive around your life purpose and the direction that you're moving in, and that there's going to be more and more opportunities along that path. But I also feel this as the wealth card in the sense that there's a lot of opportunity around you to receive in general. So I feel this is very much in the physical. Like, so there's uh, there's if you can look for it, you're going to feel and sense that really you are taken care of, and that there's a lot of beautiful places for you to reach out to and connect to, and maybe even people that are around you that are able to connect. For those that are looking kind of or kind of desiring that relationship piece, I do think there might be some movement in that direction too. I'm sorry, gotta get a drink. Anyone who knows me knows I always have a couple drinks in front of me, either juice or water or tea, sometimes a combination of all. Depends on what I feel like having. So anyway, um, the feeling is that where you may have felt disappointed or let down or like, there's no movement in this direction. Overall, this week, it feels like there's a push and a pull. Now, this is not quick. This is not fast moving. I don't feel it fast moving, but there's this pull toward movement in a direction, some little bit of clarity, some little opening around work or relationship pieces, those kinds of things. And definitely more healing around those things that did not serve. What was it that held you back? What was it? Where did you feel stuck? Where were you kind of intertwined with something that wasn't serving you? And some movement away from that, feeling much more confident in who you are, what you're wanting, where you're going, and moving toward that. And it feels like as you're kind of opening up to these new opportunities, whatever they are, relationship, work, friends, whatever it is that you're being pulled to. And it's going to be different for everyone. I mean, whatever, you've been kind of longing for and wanting and feeling that's out there, but hasn't shown up yet. That's where this healing is coming in. And the healing is around, um I don't know if I can put this into words, but the feeling, and I've had this happen before, where there was a place in life where maybe you're in a relationship and you weren't being treated really well, or you weren't quite getting what you needed, or a certain job where you really weren't being seen as an asset, and then you drop into a new relationship or a new position, and all of a sudden there's this amazing healing around the past where it's almost like you feel a release or even some grief for that part of you that had to go through that before. So this is like that kind of a thing where this is a healing of like, oh my God, I never should have been there. I never should have had to go through that. This release of the grief around what's happened before. But again, what's happened before has gotten you to where you are, and you would not be ready or open to receive what you're going to be moving toward now if you hadn't healed and gone through what you went through before. So there's a deep experience this week of moving from away from and healing some of the old and moving much more, feeling much more tangibly in the physical, some movement toward what you've been longing for, what you've been wanting. And we end with the magician. I love the magician. The magician to me is that major manifestation card. He's creating he's alchemy, right? He's creating in his life what he really, really wants to receive. He's doing it with his own power, knowing that he can do that, knowing that this is what he can call to him. So with these cards, right, the healing of the three of I see. That's how I read this card. The healing of the hurt from the past. This feels to me like the healing of the hurt from the past. So looking at it, feeling it, sensing it, grieving it, but knowing that it's being healed. And this is like Yes, she's worried. She's concerned. She's waking up at night wondering how things are going to work out. What that feels to me like the essence of what we've been living through. But if you look at the card really good, really well, there's a white owl in the background, and there's this I see what I see is an angel above. They're both there. They're right there. They're right there. They've been there the whole time. So even though there's been this worry and this concern and like, woo, how is this all going to work out? We're always supported. We're always held. They're always right there for us. So that's what we're coming out of and moving into. Wow, I do know that I have this power. I do know I have this ability. I do know that I can create what I want. And I'm stepping into that now. So quite a week, but it really feels like it's that back and forth between am I still stuck? Am I still there, where I've been, or where am I going, and getting some clarity around that. And by the end of the week, really feeling that empowerment through that clarity and through that healing around that. So I thought I would pull the Shaman's Dream Oracle for one final card for the today. I like this deck a lot. It's by Alberto Bilvaldo and Colette Baron-Reed. I'll show you again. It's just a really, really, really sweet deck, and it does have its own kind of like energy to it that it feels very deep to me. I felt like we needed that today. I'm sitting out on my deck today. I didn't even put my background on today because I just love the plant behind me. I am like enjoying it so much. And so I felt like I wanted to include it in my video today. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading with me, the information is down below. If you'd like to do some past life regression work or just have some questions about it, email me. We'll just chat. We'll talk about it, and I'll let you know what's going on with that. And yeah, anything else, any other questions, any concerns, any feedback, anything that you see that you like or that you'd like to know more about. I am trying to expand this page. It's a balance. I'm finding it's a balance. I already work full time, so I'm finding the time to add the extra in, but I do want to do more readings, different kinds of meditations and things like that. So that's my hope for that. If there's anything that you would like to have or see or know more about, just let me know, and I'd love to include that. Okay, so we got a tiny house, clarity and organization. I don't know this deck off the top of my head, but clarity and organization sounds like what we were just talking about. So let's see what the message is. Clarity and organization, a thorough inventory, an auspicious symbol. If your emotional world feels messy and unruly and you can't seem to get clear, I don't know about you, but that's been my life for the last 2 years anyway, where it's like, where am I going? What am I doing? What's next? And not really having clarity. It's time to see how your environment is affecting you. Although your inner world has a huge impact on what shows up in your outer world, the reverse is also true. You can be influenced by the people who populate your daily life and the energy of the objects you surround yourself with. Basically, everything in your surroundings. Now is a time for an inventory and full clearing of your environment. Ask for clarity from your relationships, and do not ask for clarity from your relationships and do not make assumptions at this time. Clear and unambiguous communication is key. You may choose to let go of some people from your life that when this shows up. This is a good thing. Otherwise, you might stay in these relationships too long out of the sense of obligation and social courtesy, when in truth, there's nothing holding you together. Be impeccable with your word. Say what you mean and be willing to make whatever changes are necessary to clean up your side of the street. If you know you are doing the right thing, it doesn't matter who has an opinion. That said, right now, once you are sure your proverbial home is a tidy one, there's a release of energy to begin new things, to enjoy life, and to know with certainty you are on the right path. So I feel like this connects to what the original reading was, in the sense that There's this letting go of, those areas of things that have held back or hold lower vibrational energy, of tuning in to things in the world that hold lower vibrational energy, and really surrounding yourself, your environment, who you are, your work, your people, your relationships, with those that are matching to you and your vibration now, and the vibration that you want around you. And by doing that, we are all raising the vibration of everyone, because we're holding that for the planet. We're holding that higher vibration for the planet to help to lift the light and channel the light here, which really, for a lot of us, is what we signed up for. I'll volunteer to do that. I'll go down there to the chaotic times and hold light for everybody. Let me be the one to do that. I'm sure on the other side, that was a really admirable, people were waiting in line to do that. Once we get here and you're in the real world and you're managing it, not so so glamorous, right? But I think that if we can tap into that, knowing that that's the reason we're here, and that we have the power to do that, and we have the power to help to transition and change the whole place, it helps us to feel more aligned with that soul path, and more and less pulled down by the chaos here, the things that we see here, the physical, because truly there are the dark, I'm going to say the darker, but the lower vibrational stuff that's going on that can really pull us down and can really affect us. But at the same time, my ex-husband used to say, can't do this, you can't do this in the other realm, right? So that the physical is more of, it has more to do with more here than just the heavy stuff, right? We get to do a lot of other things, just to swim in the ocean, or the sun on our face, or walking in the grass with your bare feet, or just hugging someone. Those are the things you get from being in the physical. So I'm encouraging you, focus on that. Focus on those taste, touch, feel moments that raise your vibration, and do more and more of that. Surround yourself with that. Surround yourself with people who are like that, and allow yourself to breathe that in, because that's what's healing you, healing the planet, and we all need that. So give me a call. I mean, send me an email, send me a message, like, subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, I'd love to build this community. I'd love to see more and more connection here, and to, be more and more involved with all of you. Great. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.